go out. Oh, the speakers.
Cheers, Marky White.
Thank you.
That's the producer Mark just leaving now.
Producer Mark and executive producer Cammy. Or is Cammy the sound guy? But no one really knows what Cammy does.
No, Mark's the Mark and Cammy, they both do the same work. Anyway.
We are on.
We're live.
Live and direct.
Anyway, guys, welcome to WRW Watches Podcast, episode 7. Episode
14
7.
weeks.
14 weeks, that's crap. Don't know how people are still interested.
I know, do I.
Anyway. Joined by my friend, co-host Josh. Well, you are actually the host, more than the co-host.
I suppose.
My
name's
you're
on
really
the
the host. I'm just the question answer. Anyway, lots to talk about this week. Massive week coming next week. Starting next week, the 9th is obviously the day that we get the new releases, discontinuations from
Watches
Rolex.
and Wonders, right?
Watches and Wonders, yeah. So
Thank fuck, because I'm running out of things to talk about. So
released a bit of a teaser video to today. Which kind of hints at there being a Milgauss on a Jubilee.
I was quite happy to see
a new GMT Master, a new dial and a platinum, and a new rose, something with a baguette diamond dial. So, as ever, tease you with
this is
what's
very odd. You've just started this.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to throw me off.
Teased with what's coming out. But anyway, exciting. But let's just see what happens. I'm not here for the speculation for the next week where everybody starts doing mock-ups on Photoshop and.
Well, this is it. So
let's just see what happens.
Now that obviously kicks off next week, the people are gonna have a bit of a wait until they see our reaction, because we'll have this one coming out next week, which will be the Watches and Wonders, and then after that, you have to wait 2 more weeks to actually get our reaction to it.
Maybe we should just release this one a bit early. Release this on Tuesday, and then we could do a reaction one for the following week.
Dun, dun, dun.
More editing for you, big man.
Yeah. Well, that threw me off. Well,
anyway, sorry for cutting you.
No, taking the reins. I like it. I like it.
I just felt like it was about time I put my balls on the table and just
get them out
and just started hosting my own podcast.
Good.
Makes a bit of sense, doesn't it?
Where do you want to go from here?
Can we do a bit of, no, do you know what? Well, let's just follow the order.
Stick to what we got.
Let's just follow the order. I want to throw you off, mate.
No, it's good. In that time, I was trying to clean my trainers because they're as mashed up as my teeth. We actually had a good time at John Mayer. That was obviously the last time the people saw from us.
Disagree.
He had a terrible time. We got absolutely steaming drunk. I don't really remember much of the show.
How can we go to John Mayer and he doesn't sing Gravity? It's his only famous song.
Yeah, I actually watched the podcast back and I was just like, don't worry, mate, you're guaranteed to hear
that
one
song. I know,
song.
Mate, and he never fucking played it.
I hate
when artists do that. It's like, they don't want to play their old stuff because just play the old, one of the old tunes.
But you must admit, some musician, right?
Garbage.
He was playing the piano, the guitar.
Oh, but listen, without a doubt.
He was whistling, he was singing, playing the harmonica all at one time.
Naked, wasn't it?
Naked and oiled up, as Cammy is behind the black curtain.
He's some musician and he's a good singer. It was a bit of a depressing concert, I felt.
Yeah, I think Glasgow.
I went to get a beer at one stage and like everybody was literally just sat like that. Like it was like a cinema.
No one was stood up. No one was really singing along. I mean, it was one guy with a guitar on stage. It was just me really giving it beans.
But it was like cinema. I enjoy it.
Yeah, and then we got a taxi back home after a couple Shirley Temples, and William refused to drop me off home. So ended up walking through a kids' park at probably 1:30 at night, and I just realised how destroyed my trainers are. I literally live 5 minutes away from him, so you know.
Couldn't be off me. I was tired. I
wanted to go to your bed. Right, we'll stick to the pod. I reckon we woke up and chose anger today because we do pet peeves, right? The final four.
Right into the pet peeves. I like that. I was going to ask you to start with the pet peeves.
Yeah, straight in. We woke up and chose anger because, again, woke up and it's fucking snowing on the window.
I honestly, mate, I'm sick of the weather at the moment. It's so depressing. Like, how are you supposed to be happy and energetic and want to go and make shit happen, and you wake up and you look outside and it's hammering rain? It just ruins it.
My mum and dad are in Marbella at the moment. They're like, "Oh, it's beautiful here." And
just
like,
kills everything, mate. Honestly, just makes you want to go on holiday. It's April, like nearly fucking. It's 5th of April today when we're recording this. And the weather's showing no signs of improvement. Actually, yesterday was the first half decent day.
It still rained in the afternoon
for a long time.
That's what you get with Scotland.
Nightmare.
But yeah, we woke up, chose anger, and actually half the list of our pet peeves are from today. We added them on. First pet peeve, as we're men of travel, as some of you may know, I can't quite understand how British Airways cannot develop an app that works or a website.
I've lost for words, mate. One of the biggest companies ever. Hundreds of millions, if not billions of pounds in turnover every single year, and their app is crap. It doesn't even work. And their website doesn't work either.
Nothing works.
Nothing works, mate. You sign it, you buy a flight on the app, you then check in, you then can't get your boarding pass, you need to sign out the app, sign back in the app. There's like a certain way to do it. Don't know why they don't just make it like the EasyJet app works a treat.
Even when you're trying to check in, it's just like, do you want to collect it on your phone? Yes, I do.
It also gives you the option to fax. Do you want to? No, I don't want to fax my fucking boarding pass. Who's using it? Who's using it? Who the fuck's using it? Who's using a fax machine these days? Like, I tell you what, don't want to collect it on my mobile. Don't want to get it to my email. Don't want to get it to my laptop. Fax me it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sort it out. British Airways, it's a fucking disaster.
And then I actually looked at a flight the other day, and it was like the night before. £846 to fly to London from Glasgow.
Do you know what also annoys me as well about this British Airways flight? So they obviously, business class on the domestic flights is the first 7 rows. So basically what they do in the first 7 rows is obviously, so it's 3x3 configuration. So they put a person and then they don't put someone in the middle, and then they put a person. So it's kind of like they give you a bit more space if you choose business class. Excuse me, I'm recovering from a bit of a chest infection, but and then see when you walk on that flight, see all the cunts that are sitting rows 1 to 7. Now, like
the smug bastards, right?
I fly BA quite a lot, right? And I had silver BA for ages, and then they took it off me because I didn't do enough flights. You need to do like 50 or 52 flights a year, 50 flights a year to be silver. Anyway, I'm currently stuck in bronze. Can't get any more than bronze. But so you don't get access to the business, but when you get to silver, you get access to it. But anyway, all the cunts are all so smug when you're walking past them, like with a wee table beside them, like as if you're like the scum of the earth. It's like, enjoy your hour flight, you fucking mug. Do you know what I mean? It's like, grow the fuck up. Yeah, you're 70 years old. Flight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Looking down your nose at people because they're walking past you in rows 1 to 7. It's like a 50 quid flight to London.
I concur.
Chill out.
Completely concur.
Anyway, BA app's a disaster. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been like that forever.
Aye, and you're just like, it's going to get better. It's going to get better.
They need to I don't know why they don't just spend money and fix their app. Like, what's the problem?
I mean, I think a lot of airlines actually have really shit apps, but I think BA is up there.
BA is the world's worst, mate.
The worst app. Next pet peeve. PTs in the gym who are unfit.
Out of shape PTs, mate. Cannot, for the life of me, understand why, one, you would want to be a PT who's unfit. Practice what you preach. Surely that's the number one marketing tool for any PT. If you're in shape, people want to be like you, so they want you to train them. Surely that's number one. Anyway, number 2 point that I'm trying to make is, if I was a customer who was going into a gym to get a PT, why the fuck would I want trained by somebody who's out of shape? Like, you see it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, mate, you're in the gym every day training people. How are you out of shape?
Yeah.
Just join in a couple of the workouts. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not. I don't know.
It blows my mind.
Blows my mind. How people pay their PTs when they're in worse shape than them is fucking honestly astonishing to me.
Yeah, astonishing. And it's the same, like, not to be sexist or anything, but I personally don't think I'd want to be trained by a female because our goals are different in life.
Yeah.
I don't want a big bum.
Yeah.
I'm happy with my small little flat ass. So I don't need a woman training me. So that's number 2 pet peeve. That wasn't from today.
And I also feel as if it's a bit weird when guys train women. Do you know what I mean?
You're just jealous, mate.
No, I'm not. But like, seeing like a guy trains a woman, I'm kind of like, just go and get trained by a girl, like, or girls get trained by girls and guys get trained by guys. Like that's just how it is supposed to be. Stop trying to fucking mess it up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. Goals are in line.
Anyway,
point number 3: pubes in toilet. Now, I don't know how much pubage one man needs to start shredding pubic hair on the urinal. So, I mean, I don't think there's any ladies who actually tune into our podcast. You know, I hate to admit it. I think it's 99.9% men. So, talking directly here to the men, just trim your pubes, mate. Do you know what I mean?
I know, you see it quite a lot.
We just went for a piss here. There's like 4 pubic hairs.
I don't know how men are leaking pubes into the urinals.
I'd go as far to say I don't think I've ever leaked a pube in a urinal.
Have you got down there?
But that's what I'm saying. How much pubage do you need? And they're not whispers.
Nah, they're bigger boys as well. Yeah, last time I was in the airport coming back from London, actually, I was Glasgow airport and I was busting for the toilet when I came off the flight. So I got through the bit, went to the toilet at the Glasgow airport, standing at the urinal. and a middle-aged guy comes up beside. I mean, like mid-40s, stands in the urinal directly beside me. Jeans, scants, bockies to his ankles, bare arse out, standing in the urinal doing a piss. I was like,
It's like a 6-year-old behaviour.
Actually, honestly, I was like, is this guy literally taking the piss?
I knew a guy, I used to work with him. He used to get fully undressed to take a shit. No matter where he was, airport, work toilet,
That's rascal.
anywhere, he would have to get fully naked. Socks, everything would come off.
What a pain in the arse that must be.
Oh, no. Hanging your suit up at the back of the door. You should go for the old shizen. So, yeah, lads, trim your pubes. Point 3. Actually, it was primary 1 piss, but we've just done that one. Bus drivers. That was one that came today.
Are they all wankers or what?
I think so.
Like, honest to God, mate. Like, not to stereotype them or pigeonhole them, but every single bus driver I've came across in the last week have all been angry bastards.
Yeah, angry.
Like, angry people.
I'd be angry too if I was driving people that are all miserable.
Like, I know, but like, it's just like, fuck me. Like, they're all just desperate to cause accidents.
Well, they either just want to pull out. Just because you have an indicator on doesn't mean I'm letting you out. I'm already past your wind mirror and you're shooting out.
It's outrageous, mate. And that follows me on to my next pet peeve is people that give parking tickets.
Oh, who possesses these people?
How would you call them?
Parking ticket
Parking
attendants?
Oh, mate, it's no offence, right?
Nah,
but,
full offence. You're dickheads, bruv. You're fucking dickheads.
No offence, but that is an occupation that, you know,
you must
cannot be rewarding. Like,
no.
Can you imagine going to your work every day knowing for a fact you're going to get verbally abused by every single person that catches you putting a ticket in the car? Like, you can't go home at night thinking, "Oh, what a great day at work!"
But
I
they
had
even
today.
get abused by people.
No job enjoyment there.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They probably get a large bonus from the two of us. But even when we see people giving somebody a ticket, you're just like, "Oh, fucking bellend!" And you hear other people shouting across the road.
It's
as
just
well.
such a negative job, just going about fining people all day long. Like,
everyone hates you, and you know everyone hates you.
What do they do when they go home at night? Plan their route for the next day.
Guess what, babe?
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I gave 7 tickets today.
I know. You're just like, it's just
Christmas came early.
It's a shit job, isn't
Yeah,
it? Like, there's a million other things you could do that must make you happier than. I just can't understand the job satisfaction.
Yeah.
Like, because I wouldn't be satisfied giving people tickets.
Nah, must be bullied as a child. And in fact, I'd quite like not giving the ticket. Like, if someone was running, I'd be like,
aye, it's
quick,
fine, mate.
Come on.
Don't worry about it.
I've just made your day. Don't worry about it.
I've only ever came across one parking attendant guy who was actually sound, but only because I used to play football with him years and years and years ago, and he used to see my car and leave it and be like, "Oh, I know it's William's car. Like, you'll be back in a minute." And then I used to see him. I used to say, "Oh, thanks."
We need to get him another job.
Every single other one, mate. All arseholes.
I remember I was 17 and I was recovering from a knee operation and I had a full leg brace on, and I was actually at the doctor's and I'd paid for parking, or my pal actually took me. He paid for his parking, and I think you get what, 5, 10 minute, 15 minute give off.
It's a fortune.
The guy was waiting by the car, right, for the time to go. All right, boom, he's put it in. He can see me on crutches, and I'm like, "Mate, don't worry, it's me." He's just like, "Yeah, I can see it's you, and you still get a fucking ticket." And to that day, he still lives in my head rent free.
It's not a good occupation.
I don't know what we're on, maybe 5. Busy servers. This one came today, and I don't think I've seen William this angry in a hot minute.
Fucking drives me irate, mate. Makes me irate. People today, like that. Honestly, like,
you weren't happy today.
I used to work in restaurants, right, years ago, so I know how you're supposed to do it. I'm not coming from a place of no knowledge, like, so I know how you're supposed to do things. Maitre d's at restaurants are usually the people who look after the reservations coming in and sit people down, make sure everybody's okay, and manage the tables and manage when people are coming in, right? Some places are very, very good at it.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of places spring to mind.
Cafe Zeke's.
Cafe Zeke, Wilson Street, both very, very good. I've been going to Wilson Street since I was very, very young. Great breakfast, very nice people. Love what they do in there. Look after you. They recognise you. Yeah. Every time you come in, "Oh yeah, don't worry, I know you're not going to be 30 minutes. Just have a seat there. We've got people coming in, but we'll move things about." Walked in today to a place that shall not be named in the West End.
Yeah.
And
although if you've got William on, what's the review page? Trustpilot. You'll be able to see all his angry reviews.
TripAdvisor.
Sorry, that's one.
Love a review. Walk in this morning. What is it? 9:25?
Yeah.
Place has got 3 tables in it. There's probably 20 tables. Walked in. I said, "Oh, The guy's not said anything. He's walking towards me and never said a word. I said, "Oh, hi mate, how you doing?" I said, "Just looking for a table for two for some breakfast." So he's walked up to the wee iPad and he's going, I'm going, the place is fucking empty.
No, you're just looking at me as bad as God taking a piss.
No, I understand the amount of people coming in, right? But he's gone, place is empty. Anyways, 3 tables sitting there. So he went, I'm going to have to sit you up the back.
No, didn't he say we've not got a table for the next?
No, he said, we're going to have to sit you up the back. I'll sit you up the back. I was like, or we walked past a tiny table literally in the walkway. And he was like, you can sit there. I was like, well, we don't want to sit there. Like, table was about that size and it was in the middle of the walkway where everybody walks up and down, going to the toilet and servers come past you with the food and all that. So I was like, no. I said, oh, we'll just sit up there. So as we're walking upstairs to the table in the freezing cold dungeon that they have up there, that's obviously no lights on or nothing, no windows, fuck all. I said, oh, look, if there's any chance like someone moves or someone finishes early, could you give us a shout and we'll sit down there? And he's pure half. We've not got any tables for the next couple of hours down there. So I'm like, right. Anyway, sat down, gives us a glass of water. That's fine, gives us the menus. Anyway, couple walks in. He offers them the same table they offered us. So they decide to take the table. Then, a couple's leaving beside them by the window, a nice table. Bear in mind, I've just asked for the table. Before that couple have even come in, he then moves that couple to the table at the window, downstairs. We can see all of this happening, right? Anyway, the guy comes back up. He's giving us the menu. He's not asked us if we want a coffee, nothing like that. Bear in mind, it's 9:30 in the morning. Obviously, we're going to want a coffee. He's like, he's ready to order? So I'm like, no, mate, I think we're just going to have a coffee because it's absolutely freezing cold up here. And we're just going to leave after we have a coffee. I don't think we're going to have food. So he just went, all right. Walked away. By this time, another couple of tables have came up and sat in the cold bit. Anyway, so there's a woman sitting behind us. She's got a jacket on. There's a woman sitting there who has took her jacket off, shouts the guy over, and he's like, look, she's like, look, it's really, really cold up here. Like, is there any chance she can like increase the temperature? So he's put the fire on beside her, and then the other woman that's behind us is actually just fucked off and left because she's like, I'm not dealing with this. She's like, she basically made up some excuse, but she was obviously freezing. Then the guy's disappeared and he's come back upstairs with a jumper on. He had a t-shirt on. I'm like, this guy's visibly trying to take the piss out of us. Like, not even said, like, look, I'll try my best to move you down there. Like, I know I've just moved that table. Like, none of that. Just cannot be arsed even looking at me, right? I don't know if I just look like a prick or whatever, but maybe it is. Yeah. Maybe I just look like a prick. I don't know. But I managed to get a hold of the girl, who then I said to the girl, oh, is there any chance we can move down there? There's a high table. Like, can we sit at the high table? There's only 2 of us. We'll be quick. We're just trying to get some food. And so she went down and said to him, he's like, they'll be colder at that high table than they will be up there. But I'm overhearing the conversation. I'm like, this guy's got a fucking rod up his arse. Like, what's his problem? Like, not warm, not welcoming. Like, as a maitre d', walking at someone, hi guys, how you doing? Like, can I get you a table for 2? You in for a coffee? You just in for a bit of breakfast? Is it a takeaway? What you after? Like, none of that. Which then takes away from all the negativity. If he then says, look, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to sit you up here. Arsehole from the first second you see him until the last minute you see him, he's an arsehole. Then he had to deliver our food and he was absolutely raging when he was putting the plates down. I'm just like, what is wrong with people? Do you know what I mean? Don't work in the service industry if you don't enjoy it.
And he shat my ketchup out his arse.
Honestly, like, and then we seen him at the end, wasn't he, out the back, chuffing a big vape. Sucking the life out of a vape. We were like, I was just like,
like Darth Vader.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's, as a restaurant owner, if I was a restaurant owner, not as a restaurant owner, but if I was a restaurant owner and, you know, it's about managing the tables. Like, even though you might have, let's say, for example, you've got 20 tables, right? And you've got 20 bookings on those tables within the next 2 hours. That doesn't mean all those 20 tables are full.
Yeah.
Like, you can sit someone there and just go, listen, guys, I need that table back at, let's say it's 10:30. You've got a reservation. Guys, it's 9:30. I need that table back at 10:30. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. We'll sit there. Then we know we've got an hour to eat. Whereas just going, no, sorry, we've got no tables down here. It's like, obviously, we were leaving. There was still loads of tables empty by the time we had came in.
Hardly anyone had come back in.
By the time we had came in, sat down, had a coffee, moved table, ate our food, done a bit of work. It was like an hour and a half. There was still loads of tables that hadn't even been sat on since the minute we came in. I was just like, people don't understand how to manage a table plan. No. It's the most simple thing. And why are you employing people like that in a place on a Friday morning when it's clearly going to be slightly busy that cannot manage a table plan? Drives me up the wall. Anyway, we've been talking about that for too long.
Yeah.
I could go on and on, but
yeah, if you see William coming into your restaurant, just make sure.
It's not even about me, mate. I'm just like, just manage the table plan properly. Why if you've got people coming in, you can be like, look, just sit there. We've only got 30 minutes until you need someone. Maybe then by that 30-minute time's up, we can move you to another table that's going to leave early. Like, you need to manage it a bit better.
We got one more, and then we can move on. not necessarily a pet peeve. It's just maybe something we found super funny, but maybe over time it becomes a pet peeve. So this is a new trend on TikTok that is coming. I mean, I've pretty much only seen it today.
Honestly,
go on, you lead the way. And
what's the thing? What's the thing again?
It's this.
Can you play the noise?
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to keep
we might actually get thingy for that. Don't take it
off.
Oh yeah. Don't, because we might get the podcast might be copyrighted.
So it's a Summer Walker and Bakar song, and they're basically showing it's a girl and she's like a photo of herself. I've not found love or something until.
Oh no! I didn't believe in love until I found you. Or something.
And then you slide across to the next one, you see their man.
It's just like the girl's like it's like. Thought I found like, and then the girl's like a nice picture of the girl, and she's like staged, looking quite well, and then
she's a pretty girl, beautiful girl,
and it's like fucking One-Eyed Willie for the Goonies. He's like,
Jar Jar Binks.
It's like, come on, like,
she knows what she's doing.
It's like she's just stitched her man right up. Do you know what I mean?
Poor
like,
guy.
Just don't be putting that up.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Nah,
if that was my missus, I'd be like, come on, you've done me an
stitched me
absolute cracker.
Yeah.
You're having a laugh, aren't you? And they've all got pure 40,000 likes, 15,000 comments. Like, it's mental.
Oh my God, you two look so good together. It's like, no, they don't.
And it's never a picture of them together. It's always like a picture of her and then a pure minging picture of the man. Like, when he's not looking his best.
Carbonara hanging out.
When he's like, not looking his best. He's like miles off. I'd be raging if my missus done that to me.
All right, that was the pet peeves. You feeling better?
Yeah, I feel a bit better.
Yeah, got that off your chest. Now, one thing we do appreciate, obviously, we are giving shout outs. We do appreciate the comments. We do read every comment, even if you message us on Insta and you're like, I'd like for you to talk about this. We will try and do our very best if it's something actually of interest. If it's not, fuck you. No, I'm kidding on. But obviously, we'll try and stick to. I don't even like talking about watches. You don't really like talking about watches anymore. But it's a watch.
You talk to the camera quite a lot.
Yeah, well, that's where the people are.
But it's a podcast.
Yeah,
you're supposed to be talking to me.
Right, sorry, mate.
No, I'm just saying, like, you do a lot of like talk to camera work. You're not presenting here.
But to be fair, no, I'm probably watching the podcast either.
Do you know what I mean? You're talking like into the camera lens.
Well, maybe you should talk to the camera.
No, because it's a podcast, and we're supposed to be on a
anyway, moving on. We'll do a little bit on watches. We'll give a bit of a stock update. So, what new bits have we got in maybe since the last episode, last like 2 weeks?
God, what have we had? AP 26240 ST, which is Black Dial 50th anniversary chronograph.
Beautiful watch.
Cool watch, actually.
Sexy watch.
15510 ST, which is 50th anniversary Blue Dial Royal Oak non-chronograph. Rose Root Beer, which we picked up a couple of days ago. Josh has got it on. Steel Sub Date New Reference, which we picked up a couple of days ago as well.
Blue Date Just Diamond Dial.
Blue Date Just Diamond Dial. A couple of other bits. Yeah, it's been lots coming and going. I actually sold that much this week, to be honest, like in comparison to other weeks, but.
People are recovering in their beds.
Yeah, we've had a lot of other shit going on. What else? Sold 126515 LN, which is a.
I wasn't even listening to what you were just.
126515 LN.
Pass.
Honest to God, mate, you're miles off it with that. Rose Oyster Flex Daytona new reference one. Sold one of them this week, which is good. Get that out. I think the client's going to come pick that up next week. Sold my vintage Patek last week.
Yeah, sad to see that one go.
5110, yeah.
5110J, yeah. It was a cool
separation
watch.
Anxiety about that.
Yeah.
Sold it to one of my pals, so.
Softens the blow a wee bit.
Softens the blow. I know he'll enjoy it, and he's wanted it for a long time, so good.
And he really looks after his watches. So.
Fuck it, does he? Fuck. So no, I'm looking forward to seeing him wearing that. That'd be cool. But no, apart from that, that's pretty much it.
And I was going to say, overall, is there any kind of highlight watches that we've got in stock? We've got that Blue Sky Dweller at the moment.
Blue Sky Dweller. I think I sold that today, actually.
Two-tone Daytona.
Two-tone
Steel
Daytona,
and gold.
Yeah. Yellow gold Daytona. I bought that yesterday as well.
We've still got that vintage day date that I don't think I've ever seen so many people ask about.
Yeah, but we sold another vintage.
We had two in. One's out. We got another one in.
2 and 1 out. So no, it's been good. Can't complain.
Yeah. What's your take on watch dealers purposely increasing prices? Maybe we should have put this in the pet peeve bit, actually.
So what happens is rumours start to circulate that at this time of year that certain watches are going to get discontinued, right? So, for example, Pepsi's been the big one that's getting discontinued this year. So all of a sudden now Pepsi's are 16 grand, 17 grand to buy in the trade, right? Now, if they get discontinued, fair enough, right? But this happens every year, right? It happened with the John Mayer Daytonas last year. All of a sudden they were 90, 100 grand, then they just went back to 65 grand again. Like, I don't understand why watch dealers do it, because all it does is every watch dealer that's got a brand new one, so like a 23 or a 24, get out them for really big money. Then all the other watch dealers that have got 2018s and 2019s and 2020s, now all of a sudden they are now $3,000 dearer than they were 3 months ago, and there's no hard evidence that watch can discontinue.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden you can't buy them off end clients because every other watch dealer on the planet has got them up at 17, 18 grand a piece, and they're not worth that.
Well, they're just saying don't sell them.
They're not worth that.
Yeah.
So then all it does is just stagnate the market on that certain model, and then nobody's buying or selling them because anybody with a brand spanking new one's hoping they're going to get discontinued, and anybody with an old one can't sell them because now all of a sudden they're $4,000 dearer than they were 3 months ago. Waste of time, in my opinion. Just let the market do what it wants. Stop pushing, punting the prices up and down. Like, it's the worst thing a watch dealer can do, but they're desperate to do it so they can earn a couple more grand in one watch. Just comes back to bite you in the ass because you end up having 3 in stock, 2 that you end up can't sell. You end up losing money on the 2 after watches and wonders because they don't get discontinued. I mean, I might eat my own hat, but if they get discontinued, but
I was going to say, I don't even know if I want them discontinued or not. Just see people
every
take
year
an
on
L,
certain models. Some of them go, some of them don't. It's a complete waste of time.
Yeah. Yeah. And then outside of that, is there any other, like, what are the big hurdles at the moment in the watch trade?
I mean, stuff's just hard to find right now.
Yeah.
New stuff's difficult to find. Like, you need to cut that bit out. Can't say that.
Oh, edit that bit out.
Can't, honestly. Oh, I picked up one up in Geneva, then we got that one actually picked up in London as well. Oh,
the serial number for that watch is...
Just give the fucking game away, why don't you?
You see me on.
Yeah. I'll give you an indication as to why you need to cut it out. Honestly, God.
Some of the comments were asking for more car talk, so we will give the people what they want. You are a man who is into his cars.
Love cars.
Me, not so much. I try to find questions and stuff for it is maybe a little bit challenging. You're good with it, so we've kind of come together and we'll be able to do a little segment for the car people. Electric cars. You obviously haven't had an electric car, right? Or have you?
No. Waste of money, will be obsolete in 4 or 5 years' time when Porsche figure out the synthetic fuel.
Right.
But for those of you who don't know, synthetic fuel is obviously a far more greener way to produce fuel, and the emissions are obviously a lot less than it would be for regular petrol or diesel. And you can put that fuel into a normal engine. So all the cars that are currently on the road can also be converted and used with synthetic fuel. So Porsche engineers are figuring that out just now. I think they're pretty close to getting it done. It's just trying to produce enough of it to meet the demand. And when that becomes a thing, electric cars will be fucking obsolete. Electric cars are a complete falseness anyway. To produce the electric cars costs more than the saving on the electricity, and plus they're a complete and utter pain in the arse. Anybody that's got an electric car tells you the same thing. Yeah,
no, I agree. I got that. What do they call it? Like electric car fear or something? Like when you have one and you have no idea when it's going to run out.
Anybody who tells you anybody who's got the only thing it's quite good for is obviously people put it through the business and get the tax breaks on it, which is. If you couldn't get the tax break in an electric car, they wouldn't sell any of them.
Yeah, I think
Plus,
so.
also, you look at a Porsche Taycan, right? Like, Taycan Turbo S probably would have been retailing somewhere in the region of about 180 grand, right?
Yeah.
Now, they're 70, 80 grand. Like, who's willing to take 100 grand loss on a car that's 2 years old? You'd be off your head.
Yeah.
Porsche are pushing people into buying these Taycans and Taycan Gran Turismos and fucking all these garbage electric cars just so that then they can offset the money that people are going to make on the GT3 RS or the GT3s or whatever. So they then force you to buy a Taycan. Do you want to buy a Taycan for your wife? She'd really love it. Or do you want to buy a Cayenne electric for your wife? And everybody's like, oh yeah, that'd be great. Can I get on the list then for a GT3 RS? Yeah, that's great. So they punt the guy out the door with 2 Taycans. He loses 200 grand across both the cars. They come by, puts him on a list for a GT3 RS. He gets the GT3 RS. He pays fucking whatever, 200 odd grand for it. It's now worth 100 grand more. But actually, when you do the simple maths, he's still lost 100 grand.
Yeah, he's lost money.
So it's fucking stupid. It's like when people do the same thing with watches.
I was going to say, it's like the watches.
Hi, I've got a beautiful Sky Dweller and an Oyster Flex for you here. £36,000 retail, but it's worth 24. Would you like one? Oh, would you like one for your brother as well? Yeah, but we'll put you on the list for a Platinum Daytona. Great. So you've lost 20 grand on both of them, but you've made 15 grand on the Platinum Daytona. Make it make sense, mate.
Exactly.
They do it across. It's fucking. That should be illegal.
Yeah.
It should be illegal.
Yeah. What's
You're
that thing?
gaslighting people.
Yeah, what's that thing where people are now suing Oh, that
Soon
Hermes.
Hermes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Listen, these big brands do it so that they sell the shit models they can't sell,
Yeah.
and then they get people. They tease people. It's like a wee carrot at the end. Here's what you can get if you buy all this turd beforehand. And the car companies do it, the designer companies do it, and the watch companies do it as well. It should be fucking illegal.
Yeah. It's blackmail.
100%. It's 100%. Porsche
That's
are the
just blackmail.
world's worst, mate. They are offering people GT3s that are like 160 grand that during COVID would have been selling for 250, 260, whatever. Now all of a sudden they're just a little bit above list. People have bought 5 and 6 cars to try and get on that list for that GT product, and they've lost fucking 100, 150 grand, nearly sometimes 200 grand across the last 4 or 5 cars they've bought. And Porsche are going like, yeah, but you can now buy, you can now buy a GT3. Congratulations, you're now a GT customer. But it's cost me 200 grand.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Fuck all that. Just scrap that. Just go and buy a GT3 on
the grey market.
On the grey market, or buy it 1,000 miles, pay 10 grand above list. Worst thing that happens is you might lose 10 or 15 grand and you'll enjoy it for a year.
No bad.
Don't know why people are so obsessed with fucking buying stuff from those garages. Honestly, it's the biggest load of garbage I've ever seen in my entire life, and Rolex is just as bad.
So the question was, what is your take on electric cars? But I think you've summed that up beautifully.
Fucking turd.
Right, moving on. How is the current car market? Is it settled
On
down?
its arse.
Right, it's very settled down.
On its
then.
arse, yeah. On its arse. People, loads of contributing factors, interest rates, cost of borrowing, the amount of disposable income people have is obviously now through the floor.
Yeah.
The demand for especially Land Rover product has really fucking hit an all-time low. They're really struggling at the moment with thefts and insurance, and customers can't get insured. They're getting their cars stolen. The insurance costs, if they can get insured, is sky high. So I don't know what they're going to do. They're in a bit of a catch-22 position because they don't want to admit liability, because then the insurers are going to sue them for all the money they've had to pay out. So they're trying to make a deal with the insurers behind the scenes so that they can provide manufacturers insurance through certain brokers to ensure that they can still sell their cars. Yeah. But it's a sticky situation for Land Rover at the minute. And for those of you who own a Land Rover, me being one of those fucking dumplings, you're in a sticky situation, and I've understood that. But I've just swallowed that. It is what it is. I'm going to listen.
You sure you swallowed it?
You deserve a kick in the balls every now and again. But the car market's... Listen, there's some real bargains to be had in the car market.
Well, I was about to say, is now a good time to be buying cars?
Fantastic time to buy cars. The problem is your interest rate is through the roof. Yeah. And your insurance cost if you're buying Land Rovers through the roof as well. So it's a bit of a... You can never just get everything good.
No.
Do you know what I mean? You can never get low interest rate, cars are on their arse, they're cheap as fuck, and all of a sudden insurance is cheap. Do you know what I mean? It's never going to...
The world has us by our bollocks.
They just got you everywhere you turn. And do you know, like, energy companies have released their profits from 2023, and it's like some of them have like 10x their profit. Like, how is that allowed?
I told you about my bill that came through last night.
How is that allowed, but?
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? £1,200.
How is it allowed?
My Lecky bill. I live in a 2-bed flat.
Don't understand how that's allowed, honestly.
So between me and you, one of our favourite cars is the G-Wagon, Mercedes G63.
Yep.
They're releasing a new one. What's your thoughts on that?
They've really not changed it at all. They've put a new steering wheel in it and a new wee bit of software, and they're charging 185 grand base for a G63.
Is there 2 coming out? There's like
electric one,
and there's that looks
which will have a 5-mile range. By the way, it's a 3.5 ton car. So just before anybody starts shouting about it'll be an amazing electric vehicle, it'll probably go 100 mile.
Yeah,
if you're lucky.
Yeah,
like it's a 3.5 ton car. Like
yeah,
that'll be a complete and utter flop as well. If you're going to buy a G-Wagon, you're buying a 63.
Yeah,
simple as that.
Yeah,
any other one's not worth buying.
It looks different slightly, right? Not
slightly different. It'll be a little bit futuristic looking, but
it'll just be a flex. It's like the whole
look right now. So you can buy a G63 right now, right? Used, probably let's say 20,000 miles ish, 135 to 150, right? Depending on the spec, color, interior, whatever, right? To spec and order a brand new G63 right now, with a decent spec, you'd be well over 200 grand, right? So that tells you that in 2 years' time, you're going to have lost 60 grand. Probably, if you just look at the market where it's at just now on 2-year-old G-Wagons on 150, 145, 150, it's going to tell you that you're going to lose probably north of 50 grand on that car. So who the fuck
wants to lose 50 grand?
Would be willing to drive about a car that they're losing effectively £2,000 a month, and depreciation is £2,000 a month. That's 24 grand a year. 2 years, 50 grand a year, roughly.
And then how much is it to keep that car even alive?
Mate, alive in a G63, you're a couple of tanks a week if you do 300 miles. 400 miles a week, you're 2 tanks a week.
And how much is a
easy
tank of fuel in one of them? Bad
Depends.
boys?
Like you're a couple £100 easy. A couple £100 easy. Yeah.
Talking like a man of experience with that.
Yeah.
So next G-Wagon, you're just going to buy hopefully a pre-owned one, yeah?
They don't look that different. But
No.
like if I'd be putting my money into some. I'm always like, look, I don't have enough money to just go, fuck it, I want a brand new one, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, if I was going to buy one, I would be buying one that had done 10,000 miles, 15,000 miles.
Nice spec.
Nice spec, everything you need,
Yeah.
relatively new, nothing too old, that's done all its money, lost all its money in depreciation when the guys drove it off the forecourt. That's where I would be doing it. And you're saving yourself 60, 70 grand. It's a no-brainer.
So then on that, if you were maybe shortlisting a few cars, let's say you can get out of your car now, nay bad, right? And you were looking
What would I
at getting
have?
a next car, yeah, maybe do a shortlist, maybe 5 or 3 or
Love
something.
the 4-door GT63S.
Yeah, I love that car.
Always loved that car. It's like shaped like a bit of a shark. It's
Yeah.
like a shark shape. Love that car. So much car for the money now. They're probably kicking the ass off 80 grand now. Good car for the money. A lot of car for the money. Actually, not that many of them about. Obviously, G63 is another cool one. Would love to have 911 Turbo S. Love that as well.
I mean, how much are they now?
But they are like 120s, 130s.
Yeah.
Like, bear in mind they were 250, 260 during COVID.
Yeah.
So you've lost over 100 grand. Love a classic 930 Turbo. Would have one of them in a heartbeat. Just too expensive. 996 Turbo S. Love that car. Yeah, that's probably what I would have. A Pagoda, 250 SL Pagoda.
Yeah.
Love that as well. But
we were talking the
it's
other
not for
day
Glasgow.
about, you know, obviously you get these brands that dig into the archives. They can rebrand an old model. Car companies should definitely be doing that.
Yeah. I
Like-
mean, Mercedes did do it with the SLS, right, a few years back.
Yeah, okay, but you don't really see it too
Aston
often.
Martin
Like Aston Martin just did what? I can't remember. Is it
Like
begins
they-
with a V or is it S?
No, these
Gordon
Valkyrie,
Ramsay's.
but Gordon Ramsay one. I can't remember
That's
what it's
it.
called, but they done it, yeah, for Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
But I think that's like a 1-on-1.
But it's like get a DB5, like old shaped DB5, Apple CarPlay, could use my ways in it,
Yeah.
good sound system, but it just looks like a vintage car. Why car companies not doing that?
I don't know, mate. It's maybe just too expensive.
Maybe that's what the people want.
You know, maybe
Everyone-
the bodywork, a lot of bodywork on cars now isn't aluminium, or like you probably find that those cars are full aluminium
Yeah,
bodywork,
yeah.
whereas on
I mean, it
cars now,
doesn't need to be like that. It just needs to look like it.
you know what I mean, you've probably got plastic on most cars now.
Yeah. Right. Well.
Build cost is probably too high.
And car events, you attend many.
No, none.
Would you like to?
No.
I tell you what, that Festival of Speed is amazing.
The Festival of Speed, I think, it'd be
Yeah, I've
cool
done
to
that
go
quite
to,
a few
but all you
times.
need to do is go to Monaco, mate.
Yeah.
And you can enjoy your holiday and look at all the cool cars anyway. So you don't need to stand around with everybody who's got cooler cars than you.
Yeah, he's big on his Monaco wave at the moment.
I bet it's the coolest place.
2 days in Monaco now.
Cool
He talks to everyone about Monaco.
Cool place.
But maybe we'll dig into a couple car brands. I say a couple. I think there's about 10 here. Maybe give me your favorite car from the company, your least favorite car from the company, and then you could give me a one-word overall thoughts of the brand. Right?
Okay.
Audi, favorite car.
RS6.
Least favorite car from the brand.
TT.
I fucking hate that car. Oh, you couldn't pay me to drive that car. Overall thoughts of Audi.
Overpriced.
Right. BMW, favorite car.
The original M1.
Least favorite car.
X5.
I tell you what, I fucking hate that new M2 that's come out.
Oh, it looks like a fucking
So,
shoebox and wheels.
and everyone who drives it is just like, I'm the fucking man.
Shoebox
So,
and wheels,
no,
and
mate.
it's far too square.
Overall thoughts of BMW.
Underwhelming.
I had a BMW.
They
and
all
I
look too.
fucking
All the
hated it.
models look too similar.
Bentley.
Favorite Bentley.
Mm-hmm.
Mulsanne.
What one's the Mulsanne?
Four-door.
The driven car.
Love that. Or
Bentayga, no? I thought you were going to say Bentayga.
What's the classic Bentley
With
soft top
I know what you're talking about.
2-door? Oh, I can't remember the name of that. Arnage. Bentley Arnage. It's my
Sounds
favourite
good.
Bentley.
Sounds
That's my
good.
favourite Bentley. Least favourite Bentley would be the old shape Bentayga.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I would still take one.
Nah, you wouldn't, mate. Trust me.
But when it's next to the new shape, you're just you look a bit
Old shape
of a pauper.
Bentayga. Yeah.
Overall thoughts of Bentley?
Not quite Rolls Royce.
Yeah, BTEC Rolls. Well, we'll jump ahead. Rolls Royce. Favorite Rolls Royce? Cully? The Spectre?
Spectre's cool.
Super
I love a
cool.
Ghost.
I do too.
In all honesty, like
Yeah,
a Ghost
two-door.
Mansouri.
Yeah, I do too, actually.
Ghost Mansouri would be the Wraiths, the two.
Oh, so I want the Wraith. I told you to get a Wraith.
Ghost Mansouri for me, epic. Phantom's too big.
Yeah.
Ghost, I think, is some one you can drive on your own. Still look quite cool.
Yeah.
Mansouri Ghost, I think, is probably my favourite. My least favourite Rolls would just be a bog standard Cullinan. You know that?
I'd love
I
a
don't
Cully.
think they do it. They don't do anything for me. The bog standard ones
No.
with a kit on them and wheels. Wow,
Yeah.
like Scott Disick's
Yeah.
one, unreal,
With the scallops.
unreal, right? Unreal. I know Mansouri, the one that they do, unreal. Like that would jump that to maybe
Yeah.
close to high miles, but actually a bog standard one with like the Rolls Royce wheels, it sits too high. It's like a
Tractor.
sitting room on wheels, mate. It just sits too high. Like you need to lower it down,
Yeah.
fatten the arches, big wheels. You know, get a cool paint. It's just too.
What's the list on a Cully? Like 4.
North of 250 anyway.
Oh, I think it's like in the
yeah, but the
fours,
problem is once you get if you do a black badge, it's like an extra 60
yeah.
grand. If you do,
Aye.
like you could probably spec a Cullinan well over $500,000.
Oh, for sure.
Like-
Yeah, I think so.
you know
Overall
what I mean?
thoughts of Rolls Royce?
Fabulous.
Yeah. Great car. Great company.
I really like this segment.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, we'll keep. I was actually going to be like, oh, there's quite a few on here, but we'll keep. I think the people enjoy this.
Yeah.
Maserati. We're having a conversation with our pal about Maserati the other day. I don't even know the fucking car names.
I think it's is it Gran Turismo?
Is that the new one?
Nah, it was the one that's the coupe that's been out for about 25 years and they haven't changed it in 20 years. It's like kind of what is it? What was the old Maserati, like the race? Was it 12? No, it wasn't the 12C. Can't remember. Anyway,
That is what you're saying.
the GT, the one that's been out forever,
Right.
is like their flagship one.
Yeah.
And then I think the 4x4 is called like a Levante or something
Yeah.
like that. Bin.
Yeah, so that's the car. It's
Bin.
Bin.
Mate, it's got rubber buttons in it.
yeah.
And like a rubber thing for the radio.
Well,
It's
I
like
was-
literally looks like they've put a Ford Escort's center console and stuck it in a Maserati.
Yeah.
Like
It's. I mean, if you look on Auto Trader, it's one of those cars that initially you think, oh, that would make me look rich and cool, and actually they're
when you see
super
famous
cheap.
people like David Beckham driving it because he's an ambassador, they give him the top of the range,
Yeah.
like the one that's like 195
interior.
grand, and like it would be worth 80 if someone bought it, but they give
Yeah.
him that for free, so he's not caring. So they look cool when you see them like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
but actually, like in reality, they're not that cool.
Overall thoughts on Maserati?
Lost as a brand.
Yeah, I think
Lost
so.
as a brand.
Mercedes. Favorite Mercedes. SL.
Cliche answer would be the Gullwing,
Yeah.
right? But my
What was
favorite
that, like an
Mercedes is a 250 Pagoda.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Great choice.
So off top, I would have it. If you would like to hear how I would spec it,
Yeah, sure, the people would love to.
I would have it baby blue with the white wall tires, same color caps as the car, baby blue caps, dark blue roof, tan interior, but not a dark tan, a light
I
tan.
like 10. Oh,
Beautiful.
I like it.
And I'd have the ivory steering wheel.
How much do you think said car would cost?
North of 100 grand,
Yeah.
probably. You'd get a driver with a nice interior that's going to drive well for 50, 60.
Yeah.
But if you want a real nice one, 125,
pay for
maybe
it.
more.
Least favorite car from
Least favorite Mercedes. Do you ever remember the Mercedes B class?
That's I've got that in my head.
Complete and utter crap.
Yeah.
It was like an A class and an estate. It was like an A class and the people carrier mashed together,
Yeah.
and it had the B class, mate. Terrible.
That's
car.
why it's in the bin, I suppose.
Terrible car. Also, Mercedes do this thing now where they just base everything off the one chassis. So you've got GLA, CLA, A-Class. They're all the same chassis, but they've just got different bodies on them and different interiors.
Yeah.
So, for me, I think an A-Class is a cool car, actually.
I actually took it just because I was paying through the roof for my Audi, and I was just like, I just get a cheap runaway. I got an A35, love it.
Cool car.
Amazing car.
Cool car.
When it works.
Don't mind it at all. Don't mind an A-Class at all. Don't mind a C-Class at all. CLA, GLA, don't mind them at all. But the B-Class, wow.
Yeah, we won't go into it, but I've crashed my Mercedes again.
Mercedes as a brand, too consistent.
Right.
Interior's the same in every car.
McLaren. Oof. Favorite car?
765 LT.
Least favorite car?
The very first one that they brought out.
When they did not the SLR.
I can't remember what it's
The
called.
SLR was the first one, wasn't it? Like when they rebranded.
No. Because the first one they brought out, it was like the first. Google that. Is it a 12C, McLaren 12C?
What, you want me to just find an image of it?
Just Google McLaren 12C.
Keep talking to the people. Sing a
I
song.
think that's the first iteration of McLaren as the first car.
Oh, yeah, that is ugly as fuck.
MP4 12C, yeah. That's my least favourite. 765 LT, get that up. It's probably my most favourite. 765 LT.
These references are really catching up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so bad boy motor that.
Beautiful. 720S actually mega value just now, 125, 135-ish. That is absolutely heaps of car for the money.
Right, we'll fly through because we are...
We've got a Ferrari, you know?
Ferrari, yeah, this is what I'm saying. So Ferrari, quick. Favourite?
Oof. F12 TDF.
Least favourite?
Oh, Ferrari's so hard, mate, because this is one of my favourites.
Yeah. Not many shit Ferraris.
250 short wheelbase is my favourite. Sorry. But if a modern one,
you don't have to
F12 TDF, LaFerrari obviously has got to be up there. New Competizione,
what's the one
beautiful
with
car, but I think the F12 TDF looks nicer.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more round, and I love the bit at the front of an F12 TDF where the bottom bumper doesn't join.
Yeah.
Looks like a big... Love
yeah.
that. Least favourite car Ferrari I've ever done? California.
Oh, I quite like a California.
Nah.
California.
There used to be one in Ibiza that you could rent. It's like €600 an hour. Crap.
Overall thoughts of Ferrari? Don't really need to hear it.
Heritage.
There we go. Lamborghini.
Overall thoughts, obnoxious.
Yeah.
Favourite car?
I'd say basic, man.
Countach.
Yeah, Lamborghini Countach.
Not the new one. The
old
one that
one.
DiCaprio drove.
Yeah. Get it white as well.
Favourite car is a Countach or a Miura. Love them both.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what a Miura is?
It's the older one, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And least favourite Lambo, previous generation Gallardo.
Yeah.
Don't like that one.
That reminds me of Akon.
Yeah. Porsche. Wow.
We're getting into nitty gritty stuff actually towards the end.
Favourite Porsche 930 turbo, flat nose. Is that a thing?
Flat nose.
Google it. Pretty sure it is. 930
Right,
turbo,
go
flat
with your
nose.
least favourite then.
Least favourite Porsche is a Porsche Boxster.
Yeah, just a car.
930 turbo flat nose. Just check that. Yeah, beautiful. Favourite. I knew that was the right reference. 930 turbo flat nose is my favourite Porsche.
We'll do one more because this is just...
Who we got next?
Aston Martin.
Wow. It's got to be the James Bond DB5, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although the Superleggera is now fucking insane value, V12.
Yeah, you were looking at that.
125, 135, like crazy value. You just can't daily it. It's like V12, no way. Least favourite would be probably
the DB12.
the previous generation DB9.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can get that. It's an ugly looking car.
Wasn't a fan of that.
Overall thoughts of Aston Martin.
Sorry, you never asked me overall thoughts on Porsche. Overall thoughts on Porsche, German is what I would say.
Called Helga.
German.
And she has a hairy vagina.
And overall thoughts on Aston, I would say potentially starting to find their feet again.
Yeah.
Love the new V12 Vantage
Yeah.
Spider. Very cool car. actually, the new DB9 is nice as well. Seen one of them the other day. DBS maybe, is it? DBS. Yeah. I think maybe starting to find their feet again a little bit. The new Vantage is really nice.
Yeah.
I like the shape of the new Vantages.
I think they're going
really
in the right
cool.
direction for car companies.
Really cool. I like what they're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think that's good.
Right, we'll move on from cars because I couldn't really offer an awful lot in that one.
I couldn't really give a fuck. Actually.
Yeah, I hear that. You went to London over the weekend. You went down to see some pals, do a little bit of work.
It's looking terrible at the moment.
Got a wee bird in there.
I know, it's just I literally just had it cut. I've not even done it
Give
myself.
a little flimp.
Once I do it myself, it'll
There
be
we
fine.
go.
But it'll be fine. But
Yeah, you went to London. Obviously, we are men of gym, men of fitness, as you can tell, fine species.
Yeah.
You went to Third. What's it called? Third Space.
Third Space. Yeah.
Very expensive gym, I believe.
Yeah, so I've got a few of them over London. Managed to just get a day pass actually, which was good. Went in to Third Space. So when I lived in London, I used to train in Equinox, South Kensington, which was great gym. Loads of great machines for like weightlifting.
Lots of beautiful men and beautiful women, I believe, who would train in.
Lots of beautiful men. Not just saying that in a weird homosexual way, but like
That
lots.
Mars bar's back out
Just
again.
guys are shredded to the
Yeah.
bone, like big handsome men, like
Vests only.
vests, like shredded, big arms, big chest, like big handsome guys. Anyway, lots of them in Equinox. A fair few nice women, but not that many.
I wasn't looking, I swear.
Just not that many, to be honest. Like the ratio of men to women in there was way higher. But yeah, Third Space was not that many machines. A lot of free weights, a lot of barbells,
So you were saying
a lot of kettlebells, a lot of walk-ins, rowers, ski ergs, kind of set up for, I suppose, a modern day gym goer.
Yeah.
For me, that's not really a thing. Spa was 10 out of 10. Can't fault the spa, but mate, when I went, like, see the weights, they felt so heavy. Like, obviously in the gym that we go to, like, we'll do the chest press, like, what, like the Cybex incline press. We'll have maybe like, I don't know, what, 50 kilo aside, 50 kilo aside. Like, we can do 3-4 sets of 10, 8 to 12. Like, first set we might get 12.
We don't look amateurs.
Second
we
set,
look all right.
Yeah, we look good. We look pretty strong, right?
Yeah.
I'm not too strong, but
Couple
like
plates, you know.
2 and a
slight
bit
work.
plates, right? Sometimes if we're feeling strong, we might get a wee 3 plate on there, for 4 or 5. I went into Third Space, right? And I'm looking. There's no machine, so I'm doing on a barbell. So I say, incline press. I say, I'll stick 20 kilo on each side. It should be fine. Mate, I was struggling. I was like this. Elbows like that. Like,
Help!
help! Honestly, I was like, this is embarrassing. But I don't know if it was because, like, got a bit of a chest infection right now. I feel like I was getting a bit of a cold. Don't know if I was maybe just a bit run down that day. But even when I was doing, like, the Arnold press with the dumbbells, like, usually be like 27.5s or 25s, whatever. Like, on, mate, 20 kilos, mate, I was like, these feel so fucking heavy. And then I was doing like side raises with like 5 kilos, mate. I was getting like 8 or 9. I don't know what was going on with the weights in there. Like, mental. Anyway, cool gym, overpriced. I got a meal deal thing after it. I got a wee chicken satay box and I got a protein shake. I got a water. It was £34.
Fuck.
I was like,
welcome to London.
Fucking hell. It was freezing. It wasn't even warm.
This is actually a question you've leaded me into really well. It was much later on in the pod, if we were ever going to get to it. But what is your meal deal offering?
Well, we've not got that long left. So, meal deal offering from where, like an M&S. Go to, if I am picking something up, is ham sandwich or ham and cheese sandwich with a variety of salt and vinegar crisps. Happy to eat salt and vinegar squares, or I'm happy to go with Snacker Jack salt and vinegar, or if they've got Tyrrell's chips. I love a sea salt inside the vinegar Tyrrell's chip. Or I get a pesto pasta.
I was about to say every
sun-dried
day.
pesto pasta, sun-dried tomato.
The chicken pesto pasta.
Chicken pesto pasta, sun-dried tomato, which is epic. And a wee Red Bull or a wee water.
Yeah. We actually don't have that much time left. There's still a fuckload to cover, so we will maybe do another pod soon.
Yeah.
But we'll get into the nitty-gritty stuff. We wouldn't be able to do this after this episode.
We've got
in 2 days
producer Mark's over there getting
on the stopwatch.
giving us
Bernard's
the eyes
watch.
as if we're running out of time.
Rangers v Celtic is happening this Sunday, and you've got to be careful how you pronounce the Celtic v Rangers, Rangers v Celtic, because apparently if you say one first, that makes you one side. So I am one side.
And we're recording this on a Friday, so the result will obviously be after this pod.
And
so
Old Firm is Sunday. It's always on a Sunday. It's always a 12 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah.
Obviously, this time round, it's being played at Ibrox this Sunday, where there was no Celtic fans allowed. So what does a day look like as a Celtic fan in Glasgow, Old Firm, and you can't go to Ibrox?
Listen, it's... That thing came in with the no fans thing. I think it's a massive detriment to probably one of the oldest rivalries in football.
Yeah.
They need to get the fans back in. I think it builds atmosphere. It's just way better. It's just way better. There's more to play for in front of home and away fans. That's what does it look like in Glasgow? Glasgow's a mad place on Old Firm Day.
Especially a mad place at the best of times.
Especially when you've got an Old Firm that means a lot. You know, probably for the last, certainly not when Rangers won the league, but obviously for the several years before that, it was kind of like a given. Celtic were kind of going to win most times, and it wasn't that mad. But obviously now that there's a bit more competition, and there's definitely a title race on.
Back and forth at the top.
Definitely
of the table.
a title race on. Glasgow's quite a heated place, so people will be drinking from early doors. Believe that.
That's it. People wake up early to get on the set.
People get up early. They go. The pubs obviously don't start selling alcohol till 10 o'clock, so they'll be in there for a couple of hours and then they'll watch the game. And depending on the result, Rangers fans will go out. Depending on the result, Celtic fans will go out. So it's a mad place. Sunday night will be a busy. Sunday afternoon will be a busy afternoon in the city centre. Depending on who wins. And if it's a draw, all the pubs will be happy because they'll get both sets of fans. So.
And you were saying as well that if you are an away fan in said stadium, whatever that is, so let's say you're a Celtic fan going to Ibrox, you get in at a certain time, right? Yeah,
so they let you in the stadium a couple of hours before
even the teams arrive.
The opposing fans get in. Yeah. So if you're at Celtic Park, for example, and you're a Rangers fan, you would be let in way before the Celtic fans come in. And then I think they hold you back at the end and then let you out after most of the Celtic fans have left. So
that'd be so long. After kickoff and you lost, you've got to
it's a big rivalry, mate. People have grown up their whole entire lives, experiencing a massive rivalry between both teams, and it's two different sides of the city as well. Like, it's not, people aren't all mixed in. It's kind of like there's certain parts of the city that are really, really Celtic. There's certain parts of the city that are really,
some
really
Rangers.
Blue,
some of the green.
Yeah, so it's a big day. Big day in Glasgow.
I think whoever wins this game will be winning the league.
Yeah, there's a high chance whoever wins this game, whoever wins the Old Firm on Sunday wins the league.
Yeah, and we made a bet with the guy who serves us breakfast every morning. He wears an Arsenal.
He's not our fucking butler, mate. He works in the place that we go for breakfast.
Yeah, true. Serves our food.
Serves our
Giles
serves our breakfast.
He serves our breakfast to us.
He's actually brand new, but he's an Arsenal fan.
He does wear an Arsenal chain, which is a bit weird.
Oddly, he's an Arsenal fan.
Yeah. So we made a bet with him. He's obviously back in his team, Arsenal.
For the Prem, yeah. I said Liverpool just because of the magical story that will be Klopp's last year. Could they win the league? I think it's kind of written in the stars that Liverpool are in it, but they're top of the league now.
They are, and I backed
Are they 6 points
City.
ahead of the City?
Something like that, yeah. But I think City might have a game. And I obviously backed City, but...
Oh, can we quickly talk about the City thing on Netflix?
Yeah, so I saw that in one of the comments as well. Someone did ask about...
Put on Netflix. Watched it last night. Watched the first episode. Don't know why they fast forwarded the documentary, mate.
No,
it's literally what it feels like.
Like a YouTube show.
You can't get into it, mate. It's like one game, boom, done. Next game, that's 6 or 7 games in the one episode. It was like, stretch it out a bit. 2-3 games an episode. They should have based it more on Sunderland Till I Die, which was the Sunderland documentary, which, may I just say, was fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
Still know the words to this song. On the river where we used to sail the boats. You don't remember it?
No, I remember it, yeah. Yeah, you gone
by the harbour wall, the place you love the most.
Hey.
What's the next bit?
Oh, he remembers it. But one thing I give credit to...
I'll be there soon.
Beautiful.
Great. The Sunderland documentary was 10 out of 10.
Yeah, one thing Netflix do really well is the sport documentaries.
Fuck the Man City one. It's all over the show.
But that's the thing. They just need to make it
far
more dramatic.
Fast. There's no real interaction with the players at home, or don't really get a feel for any of the players' family. I mean, I've only watched one episode, granted. There might be a bit more of that, but it really feels like you can't get into it because it's so fast-paced.
Yeah, and actually that's the bit that we want to see. We want to see them at the yard. We want to see the big dramatic scenes.
You want to see their dogs, their cars,
what
the house looks like.
Yeah, that's what people tune in for this thing, and I think Full Swing do a really good job at it. You fly with them, that you're on the jet with them, you see how they're relaxing, you see them pre, post, during.
They've dropped a ball, I think, on that.
Yeah,
it could have been so much cooler as well, because like a full treble winning season, they couldn't have recorded a better season.
Yeah.
Create history win the treble.
And I tell you what, mainly when I was playing football and I wanted to get gassed up on football, I used to watch YouTube. And Man City has always delivered the best content on YouTube. Very, very good job. But essentially, this documentary is clips from the YouTube show. So I don't really understand it.
It's not.
There's a lot of hype into it, and it's not great. But I did see a comment from one of the guys saying, "We want to know what you guys are watching." I think they really liked your Gentleman.
Oh, the Gentleman's great. I love the Gentleman.
So we will definitely do that.
I'll give you a wee secret one, right? That me and my dad used to watch when I was young. That's fantastic. It's a show called Fringe. It's a sci-fi show. It is one of my favourite shows. Fantastic. I'll say no more on it. It's great. Me and my dad used to watch it when I was young. It's a wee bit older now. You might find it on like a Sky or something like that. But the first 5 seasons of Fringe, wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And I would love to, I mean, we've got actually quite a lot still to go through, but we will just be saving it. I wanted to answer the questions as well, because I actually thought we were going to run out of time. So before we get on to our shouts out, we're going to just give one question from the people, just because there was an abundance of messages regarding it. What is your thoughts on the Omega Swoon Watch / Snoopy, all of that stuff? Yeah, whatever it's.
They wouldn't have been half as popular had watch crime not been as high as it is.
I agree. Yeah. Cool watch? No.
Don't mind them. Don't mind them.
Yeah.
Don't mind them.
Yeah, you don't want to really let go on that, do
In
you?
certain situations, I don't mind them. Like if you're traveling, if you're worried that someone's going to, and you still want to wear a watch, then yeah, fine, okay, I get it. But I don't know. They're okay.
Yeah.
They're okay. There's cooler alternatives.
Is there still quite a lot of hype around it? Obviously, there was like people camping out for the watches.
Yeah, there still is. They brought out a white one and a black one, haven't they? So
is that the Snoopy one or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's quite cool, but it's like the gym or
for you,
farting about during the day. Like if you're in somewhere where the watch crime is pretty high or
yeah, sure,
whatever, then yeah, I kind of get it. But
yeah,
like wearing them out at night and stuff, like
yeah. I mean, they are essentially plastic watches, right?
Yeah, they're just made of plastic.
Yeah. Right. We'll hit that one question because
we've probably got time for one more topic.
No, but not one more topic. One more question, right?
Okay, so just pick a random one then.
This was pretty good. Best hotels you've stayed in?
Wow. Great question.
Yeah, I liked this one.
Corinthian London is very good. Dorchester, very good. Very different vibes.
Londoner?
Mandarin Oriental's very good.
Let's brace out of London. Where if you're going to Dubai,
Al Naseem, went there last year in October. Fantastic. Had a great time. Amazing hotel. Take your wallet. Fucking hell, the beers are about 15 quid each. But yeah, great hotel. Room was great. The room's always spotlessly fresh. The people couldn't be any nicer or any more helpful. So Al Naseem was great.
And then you'll just come
Ibiza
back
hotel. Ibiza Gran is nice. Been there a couple of times. Nobu Hotel in Ibiza is nice as well. I've actually never stayed there, but heard good things about it. Trying to think what else. Monaco, yeah.
Where did you stay?
Hermitage in Monaco was nice. Really nice. Yeah, a few nice places. I've not actually been that mental hotels all over the world. Like, I don't really see mad value in
paying
unless you're going away with like your girlfriend or something. Then like you'll splash out on a really nice hotel. But if I'm going away for work,
yeah. What's the point?
You're just trying to stay somewhere that is nice. It's not a complete shithole, but like
not ants.
You kind of like you're trying to stay somewhere like maybe 4 or 5 star. Still really nice.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna be like, oh fuck, let's stay at this place. But like you're not trying to go and spend 7, 8, 9, 10, 1100, 1200 quid a night on some hotel room if you're only going for work. Do you know what I mean? 400 or 500 quid a night is fine, and then you can enjoy that. Yeah.
Good. Right, well, I think that's episode 7. Let's just do a couple shouts out because it turns out that people fucking love them.
Yeah, they do actually.
Really, didn't anyone would make it through to it?
This week.
Shouts out Sam24, JJ911. Love
I wonder
watching.
if he drives a 911.
Oh, he just loves 911s.
Maybe.
But shouts out to you, JJ, whether you drive a 911 or not. Love watches Leeds, the Jackie, Harris Simple, Orion Durgale, and Jack H from my show. Anyone you want to shout
No,
out?
but guys, I do want to say, please like, comment, and subscribe. I know that's such a gay YouTube thing that everyone shouts about, but
have you made it? Like, comment, subscribe.
cheers.
Just to that.
But it does make a difference. Like
You
it
just
really
broke it.
does. No, it's we're good.
We're good.
It does make a difference. It pushes your video a wee bit more.
Yeah.
And well, listen, I'm happy with the views. I'm not doing it really for the views.
Nah.
It's just more about talking shit with your pal on a podcast.
And we do actually, the podcast obviously working to some extent as well. We get quite a lot of people phone in. You know, I'm looking to buy, I'm looking to sell. I watch the podcast, really like the content. Whether you're messaging us on Instagram, TikTok, mainly the YouTube stuff, we read all the comments, we read all the feedback. So we're still live, brother.
Sorry, I was reading a message from a customer there.
We read all the comments, so keep the support coming. And if anything you want to see, we don't really actually get that many people say what they want to see.
I feel like we're going to try our best to get a guest on. I know you're probably sick of looking at us too, but
it's just trying to get the right
trying
guests.
to find the right guest, isn't it? They come on. Maybe
We had a few people lined up that last minute we were like, actually, I don't know if this is going to work.
I do want to get Graham on though. I think Graham would be good.
We're going to try and do Graham.
I want to get a guy on talk to me about cars.
Yeah, we'll maybe
That's
get
what
a
I wanna
car
get.
specialist.
So if
or
anybody's got any suggestions, someone who's in and around Glasgow area who thinks they'd be quite good on the pod, please do let us know. Always interested in getting someone on. I'd love to sit and talk to somebody about cars for an hour.
I could just step out the room for an hour.
I'd love that, mate. Just talk about cars
And I could dust or something.
and right. Anyway, thanks guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate you tuning in. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time.
Peace.
Peace. Well done, Josh. Yeah, that was good, that one.
I'm a bit sad that it didn't go on longer.
No.
I was geared up for that. Mate, I think half of the podcast actually got fucking done. So quiet.
So quiet in here.
Drop a beat. Boom.
Mark
No,
Rose
so drop a
called
bar.
me.
Boom. 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 Boom.
That's from PK. That's not from me. I mate John who's looking at the Nautilus, okay?
Oh, we forgot FaceTime and we was getting we're on the pod. You're
Oh,
live.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
live on the pod. Oh, my God. You're live and direct. Don't know about that hoodie right enough. You're live and direct on the podcast here. How are you doing there, Mark?
Good, yeah. Just had to go back into the house now, chilling out, you know.
Yeah. Were you washing the Ferrari there? Sorry to disturb you.
No, I haven't got that back yet, really, but
Nah.